Atlanta, live from K.L.P studios. Ever wonder what went down behind the scenes of our top stories?
Say what?
Then tune into What Had Happened Was, the only radio station that takes you straight to the source. From coast to coast, tune in now as we dive deep into the stories, the drama, and the moments that shape the culture with
The Swanky One, new K.L.P.
and
with your girl, Evelyn Letitia.
live, Swanky 93.3 and the Heat 94.6 radio stations, or wherever you get your podcasts from.
Yeah. We back.
We back.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to our extravagant, extraordinary podcast show, What Had Happened Was podcast. Of course, I'm one of your hosts for the show, K.L.P. Kennedy Lucas. And we have the wonderful, the talented, the hustler, the boss, the motivational, the actress, the singer, by the way.
Boy.
You know, Evelyn Letitia's in the building.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, E.
So we back.
Yeah.
Feels good to be back. I told everybody on other shows last week that we had to kind of postpone the recording session because there's a lot of moving parts with K.L.P. Entertainment.
Yeah.
Some that's getting ready to get announced later on my Instagram, and then some other business we can't really tell y'all quite just yet.
So make sure y'all stay tuned so y'all can get those updates.
Right.
Y'all want to be the
Because
first, okay?
It's something big that we partnering up with somebody, but we just can't tell you what they are yet.
We in now.
We in there.
Speak it, Lord.
So we back, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, Evelyn, true story.
I like true stories.
I was telling my sister, so my sister called me yesterday.
Okay.
And, my sister was giving me, her and my brother-in-law, her fiance, they're biggest fans of ours. And
thank y'all so much.
they watch our show, and then they watch the other shows, and then they give me critiques. They say, hey, Lucas, we like this show better, but we really like what happened was because you got a partner, and you got somebody to kind of go back and forth with. So
we love that feedback.
we
y'all.
love that. I told my sister that, and because she asked what happened to the show. Y'all didn't upload last week, and I said yes because I had other things going on and other meetings and stuff. But I said to her, yeah, we're going to be back tomorrow, I promise. So she loves the show along with a lot of people. I think this is one of our top shows because it's just, we talk about real life and current events and we really get into it. So I just wanted to share that with you just to make you feel good on this.
That makes me feel wonderful.
Day. Yeah, but since we love you and to everybody that listens to our shows, thank y'all so much.
Thank y'all.
We work really hard on putting up a good show for y'all. And you guys do like the 15-minute type podcast versus an hour and a half. So we're sticking with that formula for now. And then, sky's the limit. We never know. But wanted to check in with you, see how are you doing and what's going on in Evelyn Letitia's world.
Yeah, I am doing good.
Yeah?
Like still out here grinding. Lots of projects and stuff. Got my third booking of the year thus far.
Yes. We love to see them bookings. Man.
Yes, like especially when you ain't had no call back. Two of them I didn't even really audition for. I submitted for one, and the client loved my look and didn't want to have me. So I got 2 film dates. Shooting dates next week. Commercial shoot. I got 1 feature film that I'll start on February 28th, and then. Just got booked for another role that'll start like March, and so I'm just like, let's get it. And I auditioned for that one, but I didn't have to go through like a callback. I actually auditioned for 3 different roles in that particular feature film, and I got one of them. And shout out to my homegirl, Caroline. Like she was my reader for that, and I read for some stuff for her. So it's winning season. But that
I love it.
And it's fastly approaching. My band will be back at Rainer's Cafe downtown Greenville next Saturday, February 15th. So if you're in Greenville, make sure y'all follow my band page, Evelyn Letitia _live, so that you will see those updates. But yeah, lots of stuff coming on. Yeah, it's the personal stuff is great that's going on, and then the current events that are happening around the world every day. I wake up like, this is some you see Scary Movie with Regina Hall said, I'm scared.
I have.
Oh,
You know they come back with the
yes.
too.
Oh
That's
my, I
good.
can't wait.
I hope they don't Hollywood it out though. Like
No, well, no, the Wayans are back
Yeah.
in controls. I think
Okay,
it's gonna
okay,
be,
okay.
you know, they go because that's the thing. They lost the Wayans, so they lost that winning formula. What made
Yes.
it great,
Yeah,
and so that's
yes.
why when you got to like, you know, what was it, 4 or 5 or 6, something like that,
Something
it wasn't. It didn't
wasn't
hit
the
the same way as the first ones, right?
Right.
I'm hoping that they bring Regina Hall back
I
and
hope
you know
so, too.
the original
I
cast
hope so,
people,
too.
but
Anna Faris.
oh.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
But no, really though, the current event stuff coming on, you know, you just sit back and watch, and we'll get deeper into it on
Yeah, of
another
course.
episode. But yeah, that's what's going on. What's been going on with you, Mr. Lucas?
So yeah, a lot of good stuff.
Okay,
So
give me a tea.
give you guys the tea. So about the time this episode comes out, is sort of official.
Mm-hmm.
Doing some contract vendor work with athletics at GGC. Shout
Okay,
out to them.
yeah.
So happy.
Let me work something.
Yeah, I think you
Get my finger ready.
very happy to work with them again and just kind of give them, you know, just my all as a producer, videographer. So that's pretty good. Syndicate's on its way out to a streaming service. It's coming. I know a lot of people are like, hey, when this movie coming out? It's
Yeah,
coming, y'all. It's
yeah.
just the process. But we did announce me and my other buddy Grant Apollo, we're gonna be doing Faster 2. So Faster 1, you guys can see on Prime Video because we did that about 2 years ago.
Okay.
And now this year we're back to the studio to do number 2. DJing's going really well. Lovers and Friends.
That's
Lovers.
the record track.
Yes. Lovers and Friends. We're gonna be doing it's gonna be an upload really, but I'm doing a DJ mix set for Valentine's Day for my
Okay.
lovers and friends.
So basically, you got to have somebody become a Scorpio like I am.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
9 months from now, if y'all been listening to his, you know,
I mean, because I got some songs.
blame it on him.
playlist.
Y'all need to send him all y'all child support stuff
Yes.
because he gonna be responsible.
Yes. It's programming our DJ mix here, and it's I gotta film it, but you know we're gonna be doing that. So it's a lot of great things. I do say, you know, my family, they're happy, they're healthy.
That's good.
Just being blessed and just continue doing what we do.
Yeah.
So that's really what's been going on. I've been sleeping well. I bought this thing. It's the Therabody smart goggles that you put on your eyes, and it
Okay.
massages your eyes. It uses vibrations, heats, and like puncture. They like punctures your sockets a little bit, and it helps you sleep better. So
I like me a good massage.
Yeah.
You know, a little good
yeah,
massage.
sleep.
Ooh.
And then the gym, you know, working out. You know, I see.
Yeah,
I see you.
child.
Look.
Let me tell you something. She
Look.
getting in there. Don't let these guns hit you.
Look.
You know, I ain't no killer, but don't push me.
I'm
Like-
just saying, y'all. I see, because everybody sees my workout videos, obviously. But when I saw yours,
Child.
I'm like,
Somebody,
yeah, okay.
people be in my DMs like, okay, Thickums. I'm like, I know you see it. I know you see it.
You're like, okay.
No, but really, you know, even though like on the scale, I've lost now a good 40 pounds, you know, over the past year. But I, even within the past month and a half, the scale hasn't moved much because I've been building more muscle as the fat, you know, compacts. But I can see it and feel it in my clothing. Like even this jumpsuit I got on today, let me tell you something. 3 months ago, baby, this thing was like, I ain't had no room in this thing. I looked like the Incredible Hulk. So like losing weight and having, you know, more loose fitting stuff.
Yes,
that's how I
that's
can
good
tell
thing.
that
That's good
the weight
thing.
is dropping off.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, y'all heard me say this in other episodes. You know, my Gatorade bottle is going back to a little Coke shake.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was round.
Right.
I look back at some pictures like, ooh, that was me.
So that's true, because every time, like, cause Snapchat and Facebook, they send you your memories.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
when you
like-
post 7-10 years ago.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, I look like this.
But they come right on time though, because
Right on
there be
time.
days where like you be like, I don't feel like going to the gym today. He go
Yeah,
Facebook
memory.
being messy.
Like, all right.
This
let
is
me
you.
dress.
2 years ago, I like, let me get my behind
yeah,
and
let me
go
get up.
work out.
Let me get up. I do say this, and we'll get to our topics of conversation, but it's a gym-related thing that I recommend to a lot of people. I always say, if you have the cash flow, every about 4 years, change out your headset. Because I went to Best Buy to get me a new Beats headset, because they still work, but they're like a sweaty mess, and they smell. Because I took them out my bag and ran it, and I was like, ooh,
My senses
I
is
need
picking
to,
it up.
yeah, I need to
I'm like, I can
replace
smell
these because I had my first beats I had for years because my mom got it for me for Christmas in 2020 or 2020 2021, and now we in 2025.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, like, these headphones here, they're about $100. Okay, let me go ahead and just replace them because
I've never had Beats headphones or anything. I bought
good.
some for an ex.
Yeah.
I should have kept that money.
Yeah.
But I bought some for an ex, but I should have kept that money.
Yeah.
But I've never owned any of that. Look, for one, like I like these for when we podcasting or some of the big ones, but like working out stuff, I like to have the inner ear ones, but the ones that go around my ear, because my little ear holes do not hold just the ones that you just stick in. I gotta have it wrapped around my ear, else I start sweating and they just keep slipping out.
I was gonna say that works because I tried that before and they just fell out every time. So that's why I bought over.
The ones that wrap around your ear, they stay in. I'm talking about like how people have the iPhone ones that you just put in and they just hanging down. Yeah, those would never work for me. I sweat too much. They just slip right around. So mine, they go inside your ear, but then they wrap around your ear, so they're not going anywhere. And I get my child. Walmart, JBLs, child. I be basing my ear. Yes, and they are good. They are great. So yeah.
But like I say, guys, change out your headphones every once in a while because that's bacteria and that's sweat collecting, and it's just like ugh.
And we don't want that.
You don't want that. So let's get to it now. You want to get to the sad news first?
What's the sad news?
The sad news of someone who's passed.
Oh yes.
And this is the song that I'm gonna play that Joe Budden plays it, but it's not a happy because every time I play the song,
hold on, let me get myself together because last time
you be wanting to dance.
I was dancing and then Kennedy came back. It was like, unfortunately, this is I'm like, oh, not me dancing to this unfortunate news.
Because Joe Budden does this all the time, and Joe Budden's he's kind of one of my idols for radio and podcasting.
So I don't tell you about these idols.
Yeah. Right. But this guy, this man, this legend, Irv Gotti. Surprisingly, because this kind of is a surprise. Passed away from a stroke, was it? Yeah.
Well, the official cause of death has not been released, but it's been speculated he had another stroke. He's had health problems for the last few years. He did suffer a stroke before and, was forced to walk with a cane, and he was struggling with diabetes. And this right now is part of TMZ's update, that he was struggling with that, and he tried to change his poor diet per his doctor's orders and everything. But yeah, and I grew up during that Murder Inc. It's upcoming and everything, and some of the artists that came out of there. You got Jay-Z, Shanti was over there, J-Lo was over there, Ja Rule, DMX. So like that whole Murder Inc. Label was big. A lot of our hip hop music was influenced through that. It sparked one of the biggest beefs that we've had between 50 Cent and Ja Rule. So Irv passed on Wednesday. Yesterday. At the age of 54 in New York City. So yeah.
Very, very sad. I kind of grew up with the murder. I was a kid, like a youngin', but like I knew of Irv Gotti. I knew of the people that form and cultivate his label. And it's sad because Irv Gotti, again, 54, to me, that's very young. And I say that because, my parents, they're in their 50s, and I always say, hey, no, you're very young, right?
Yeah.
And it's just sad. It's a sad feeling when you have a artist of the caliber of Irv Gotti that's gone. And this was a surprise because when the news broke out, of course, with social media, they hit real quick. But when I saw it, like, oh, crap, Irv Gotti is gone. He dead, But very, very sad for that. So our thoughts and prayers to the Irv Gotti family.
And I got a Irv Gotti story too.
You do?
One thing is Irv Gotti, he was responsible for the TV show Tales, which was on BET.
Hey.
And Tales, it was described by BET as a scripted anthology series of song stories where it used lyrics of hip hop songs and it reimagined them into like mini movies.
Yeah.
Each was like featuring a unique, director, screenwriter, and cast. And so my Earth story comes in the wake of, this was probably a good, I would say, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, maybe a little sooner. Time has passed so fast.
Yeah.
I know it was pre-pandemic. I think it was the pre-pandemic. So like I said, it's about that time. Well, for Tales, a lot of times they would have these open casting calls where people could like these showcases.
Yeah.
And they would take people who would like, he would see at these showcases and put them on the show.
Right.
Well, I had a homeboy, shout out to Troop Dizza.
Hey.
Yeah. He wasn't going to be a part of this showcase. It was held down here in Atlanta. So I drove down from South Carolina to Atlanta to support him. And when we got there, I got there like, child, it like 8 o'clock. Homeboy, he ain't went on for the showcase till like after midnight.
Yeah.
Like I was there. Like that's dedication for your friends. Because I'm like, boy, I'm tired. But yeah, so like all these different people would go up and do whatever they're gonna do, their set or whatever their rap set, and Irv would judge it. Yeah. Well, at the start of it, I was like kind of in and out, but then when my homeboy got what time he was gonna go up there, I said, okay, let me go ahead and start making my way in the crowd and move to the stage because they had an outdoor patio space. And so I'm standing, in the crowd right here. I'm off to the side. There's like a window, a wall right here is me, and then like everybody's kind of like it's packed in there. Yeah. And I just, at one point I just kind of turned, and over my left shoulder, Irv is standing like right here. Hey, there's like a person here. Then Irv, and then a huge guy who automatically I'm like, oh, they got to be his bodyguard.
Yeah, security.
So I kind of look and I see him, and he makes eye contact for a few seconds, and I just go like that, and he did that, and so I turn back around, right, and I'm just enjoying because whatever's going on up there. Next thing I know, the security guard, bodyguard, he ain't asked me to move or nothing. He was like, move out the way, and like kind of pushed me, and I turned around, I said, what the. Like, because my thing is this, you are behind me, so I can't see that you're trying to walk towards the stage, because the way they got on the stage was like near in my path, kind of. Yeah. I'm like, if y'all were coming at me and you asked me to move, I would have moved no problem. Yeah. But you behind me, you could have tapped and said, excuse me, miss, can you just give us some room? Something. But he was like real forceful, so I just looked, I was like kind of sized him up, and I looked dead at Irv. And I think he kind of knew, like, the dude was out of line, but he didn't want to say nothing in front of everybody because he wouldn't make eye contact with me again. And I'm just like, that's some hope. That's what I want to say. But anyways, he goes up there, and throughout the night, Irv was throwing some back. Yeah. Like, the alcohol was flowing. And you can tell when it crossed over from him being, like, in real businessman, professional mode to I'm a little slizzed up now. Yeah. And this chick... I remember this chick went up to perform, and when I tell you, she had maybe a string on. She ain't had my, I forgot what I thought was at Magic City, so I thought we was, down in the valley where the girls get naked.
Oh, like, I love that show.
I do too. Yeah. But that's how little bit of clothes she had on. Child, I can't tell you what her name is. I don't remember. Oh, what I do remember is, and I don't disparage people, but unless it's like, if it's true, it's true. Yeah. Set was trash. She couldn't wrap her way out of a plastic bag. It was trash. But she had little to nothing on. I remember Irv, he was like feeling it. He was just buzzed. The drink was flowing. Yeah, okay. I'm about to say, after she performed, he was like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I'm going to put you on my show. And I'm like, ooh, what's she about to do to get in that spot? Because I'm like, ain't no way. Because anybody in the room was kind of looking like, of course she had her people there who were friends with her that were cheering her on. Yeah. But the rest of us looking like, now I know darn well. And it kind of made me feel a certain way. Because at one point I was like, oh, because when my homeboy told me about the showcase, I was like, because I'm an actress and I do music. Maybe I want to do it. Really? After I saw that, I was like, nah, I'm good. It took away the merit for me that this lady was trash, and right now it's coming across as the only reason you're going to put her on the show, if you put her on the show, is because she's sexually appealing to you. Yeah, and she may not remember. So I was like, and my home, when I said my homeboy is so dope, he's one of the best MC lyricists that you would ever hear. His freestyle game is so freaking fire. His name is Troop Dizza. I was like, man, and it's like, when you look at artists like that, you like, and these are the people that don't get a chance. Yeah. But then you up here, he was hyping this girl. And I mean, that set was trash. Ooh, it made me mad just thinking about it. Makes my muscle shirt want to stretch. It's like, that was my story. But yeah, the bodyguard just had a strong army out the way.
Yeah,
I
was cracking up when you say you sized.
He was like, move out the way. And he like pushed me. I was like, I know darn well you ain't just put your forearm on my shoulder and nudge me out the way like I'm some 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember when because I size people up too. It'd be these big dudes, big muscular dudes. Like, yeah, I know I'm about to get my butt kicked, but I'm still gonna. What's up?
My thing is, no matter how tall you are, the taller you are, the more your vulnerable spaces are right at my height.
Yeah.
Baby.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
When I tell you I knock them up, and then you will come down to my level.
Yes.
But yeah, that was my Irv story. So that's the first and only time I've ever been in the same room with him that close, and I saw him up close in person or whatever. But yeah, I just remember that night, and I was just like, but my homeboy didn't get on tails, you know. But yeah, the show itself was a great show, but Irv did pass on Wednesday. Yeah. Now, those we just talked about who was on his label, and we talked about Ja Rule. Yeah. For those of you who are millennials, who grew up during that era, even to this day, you know that Ja Rule and 50 Cent had this huge beef back and forth.
Yes.
So 50 being the king of trolling and petty that he is.
I mean, he rich though. When them shows are pretty good, but hey, he a little savage sometimes.
So, you know, he's put on his social media the other day, 50 said, I'm smoking on that Gotti pack. Nah, God bless him. He put a dove and they put LOL. And so I'm like, 50, take a day off, baby. Take just one day. Take a day off. You ain't got to troll every day.
It's because people troll for the attention. And I agree, because that's media and that's how you sell, right? We talked about this before starting. I don't think I would want to play as somebody or troll on somebody who is dead, right? This man is gone. He is in heaven. You know, he's dead. So I don't think I want to play with those bets and gamble with that, because first of all, the Lord knows my heart, and God don't like ugly. So I don't wish anything bad on 50 Cent, but for something like this, I don't think I would want to joke around about, despite the beefs and whatnot. Because you'd be surprised, a lot of people who've been beefing with other artists, eventually, maybe not Kendrick and Drake, I don't know, but eventually they will say a truce and get over it, right? And this was years ago. They both making money. I would say maybe 50 Cent's making a little bit more money than Ja Rule right now because of the productions and all the other stuff.
I think he's making probably a lot more than Ja Rule, but nonetheless, Ja Rule's doing his own thing. You know?
Ja Rule's doing his own thing, and for Irv Gotti to essentially help put 50 along with other artists on the map at the start.
Well, 50 wasn't under Irv. 50 was over on Aftermath with Eminem and Dr. Dre. Okay. Yeah. But there was still that rival of these two artists, Ja Rule and 50 Cent, you know, and 50 has done some petty stuff. Like Ja Rule had a concert and 50 brought out like the first 2 or 3 rows or something like that, and they were completely empty. So when Ja Rule comes out to perform, all your front seats are empty. Because 50 Cent bought them all out.
Yeah. You know? I do remember that. Yeah. I remember
so, like, you know, but, you know, there's days 50 you can take a break. And at this point in time, I don't know if 50 just be bored when he be trolling people or what. Because 50 literally quit posting on social media. He will not become irrelevant. He could just post a new show that's popping up. People gonna follow it. He can just drop an album. People gonna go and listen to it. Even if they don't listen to it twice, they're gonna go and listen, because he's 50. So he sealed his place in hip hop. Yeah. So I like some of the trolling. I'm like, bro, take a break. Just you know, today.
Or go in that studio. I mean, that studio is a big deal.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if and I could check real quick if Irv Gotti had children. I think he had children and stuff. And it's like, if not, even if your beef was with Irv Gotti, just out of respect of his family, just give him some time.
Because I mean, and I would say, and I agree, give the family, if he had kids and his wife, give them their family time, because what social media does, that if somebody dies, social media and other people are gonna know first before the family. Yeah. And when I say about that, it's like when they hear, when media hears of somebody dead, they post it right then and there. Yeah. Quick, fast, post haste. And then sometimes the family don't even know what's going on until like 10 minutes later. So I would say give Irv Gotti's family some time. Like I say, God don't like ugly. I wouldn't prey on somebody I wouldn't troll on somebody who is now unfortunately passed away due to an illness of this magnitude. So I think 50 should just take some time off from trolling, but that's 50.
And to back up a little with the artists that we listed, want to point out that he started with Def Jam. Mm-hmm. That's how he was able to help with the success of DMX and Jay-Z and them under the label of Def Jam before parting ways and doing all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Very, very sad for hold on, and I'm trying to get the there we go. But yeah, Irv Gotti, this is for you.
We're gonna have to do a different song choice.
Yeah, we might.
I can't be like people dying. I'm like,
we do.
But outstanding to you though.
So good. All right. Now we move on. Still kind of talking about music. Ever so slightly, the Grammys. Mm-hmm. The Grammys were, and there's a lot that we have to unpack with the Grammys. But the first thing I like to unpack from the Grammys is Kendrick Lamar winning 5 Grammys.
Yes.
From a diss track.
Child, let me tell you something.
Yeah, let me tell you. So my take with it, I say congratulations to Kendrick. I think Kendrick has solidified a lot of great things. From, not just from the diss track, but from all his other musics. I think he should have won the amount of Grammys in his older songs, in my solely opinion. But it's good to see that Kendrick is winning the awards and getting his accolade out, and he's really getting his talent out.
Yeah.
My first Kendrick album was semi-overly dedicated. Few songs from Overly Dedicated is kind of where I kind of got introduced to Kendrick, but I really got dabbled into Kendrick Lamar because I have it here in the studio, the vinyl of Good Kid, Mad City.
I got that CD.
Yes.
Yeah, I got that CD.
Love that whole album, and then you fast forward, you got the Black Panther album, which was great. I didn't like some songs from that album, but that was really good. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. Now to GNX, his latest album, that some songs again I like, some is like okay, I'll pass. Now he's going on tour with SZA.
Yeah.
SZA. I don't know if my family wants to see Kendrick and SZA because we saw SZA's latest movie. And I still got
to watch that. I heard it was good.
It's so good.
Okay.
It is so fantastic.
And I love me some Keke Palmer. Like, we're in the same age group, me and Keke Palmer. She's a few years younger, but let me tell you something. Keke, girl, if you ever want to go out, just... EvelynLetitia@gmail.com.
Hey.
You can email me. If you hop in my DMs anywhere, I'll give you my phone number directly. I have such a crush on Keke. Like,
what if y'all did a movie together?
I would be Look, I'd be professional during our filming time. Yeah. But the second they say that's a wrap on so and so, I'm like, girl, what you doing later? Wait. What you doing? You want to go get some dinner or something? Do Leo need a stepmommy?
That's so funny. No, Keke get it. No.
Keke is so. I think she's so beautiful, and our personalities. I just feel like there's certain people that I see and in life that I know if we ever met, we would be instant friends and instant just. And Keke is one of those people. I think if we ever were the same, we would have a whole Keke, like laughing, cutting up, like goofiness, and then we could sit and have some real adult conversation. And then we can go talk about current events. Then we could sing. Then we could just do some monologue. Then we can do impressions. Like, me and Keke would have good fun together. I know that. So
shout out to Keke.
Shout out to Keke. But yeah, we talk about the Grammys, right? And this gives weight to you talking about, Kendrick and Drake's beef.
Yes.
And there's still people that, will downplay Kendrick, saying, Kendrick is not that great of a rapper, and blah, blah, blah. However, let me pull up some facts for you. This is from XL Magazine. This is listing, the nominees and winners of Rap Album of the Year. 2016, Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly.
I forgot about that.
He won that one, 2016. Mind you, Drake was in the running for that for If You're Reading This Is Too Late, right? That's one Rap Album of the Year. 2018, Kendrick Lamar, Damn. That's his other. Drake was not mentioned in that as one of the nominees. Then we keep going. Kendrick comes back again in 2023.
Oh, yeah.
Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Again, Drake was not one of the nominees. So it's like you can't have the argument that Kendrick is not a real rapper, but you're placing Drake above him, and this when you're talking about awards and stuff like that. I mean, if you're gonna sum it up to who has the most awards, Kendrick has won. Beyond that, Drake has never won a rap album of the year. But I don't have a dog in the fight. But I just wanted to point that out because the Drake supporters will say Kendrick is not relevant. I'm like,
Kendrick's very, 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 very
clearly
relevant.
Somebody think he is.
And you're more relevant when you got a Super Bowl gig.
And let me back up because I misspoke just now when I say Drake has won. Drake won in 2013 for Drake Take Care. He won that in during that time. Yeah. But Kendrick has been doing his thing.
Doing his thing. And it surprises me with the, again, I was with the 5 Grammys the other night. Wow. I think that's and I might be wrong here, that I feel like that's like the most artists won at the Grammys is 5. And I might be wrong because it's 5, and then I know Killer Mike won 3 2 years ago from his album Michael, which that was a fantastic album.
Yeah, Killer Mike has been he's dope.
2024 Grammys. But I really love the engagement that this track has gained over the year and a half now. Did you see there was a video? They announced Kendrick Lamar winning rap album of the year. He's coming up on stage. I don't know if it was Don Lemon that posted, but like everybody was in unison when the A minor.
Yeah. He wow. I don't know if it's intentional.
Yeah.
Because he was walking up to the stage and he was really taking his time. So it's like people wonder if he intentionally was taking his time so that it can get to that part. Because it got to that part right as they handed him the trophy. A minor. It's like he was taking his time getting up there. Somebody said, I know Drake is sitting in the car punching the air and crying. You got the entire Grammy audience.
Yes. With all of these celebrities that's there, the rappers,
pedophile,
the artists, the singers,
A minor,
the engineers, everybody is in unison saying A minor. That's kind of scary because let me tell you, and other podcasters will tell you, when you get called that allegation of being a pedophile or crazy, these things have a lot of weight to it.
They do.
They do. And when you get called a pedophile or a creep out there in social media, then there's investigations. Now, God forbid, because I don't want to see Drake being under investigation. I don't. But like when you get accused of something like that, that's very, very serious. Yeah. Right?
And over the years, it's been stuff that leaked out here and there, like when he was texting underage, women and everything like that. And I think Kendrick just made also a correlation to some of the people that's around Drake or around his camp that that have had those allegations as well. So but that's what it is, but
shout out to Kendrick.
And we're gonna talk more about him being on Super Bowl, but rap album of the year at the Grammys went to Dolce. She's a dope young lady. Dope. I like her stuff. I really do.
I like her style of rap. And I'll say this might be a hot topic.
And her album was Alligator Bites Never Healed.
We need more, and I think we're kind of getting back to this style of rapping. She's giving us more of a mix between, I want to say, Chicago, New York style rapping, where it's deep, and she's telling her experiences, but she's really dope with how she punctuates and maneuvers her lyrics in her songs, based off what I hear. And I felt like we were in that wave where we didn't get that at one point, where it was just, I called it soft rap, where you're just rapping softly, you don't really tell us about your life experience, or you be a mumble rapper. And nobody wants to be a mumble rapper. But Doja, she does her thing on the mic, and it just like I resonate to what she's saying in some of her songs, right? So that's why I say I want to say I wish we had more female rappers like that, but I think we're kind of getting back into it because you look at Glorilla, right?
Yeah.
I love Glorilla.
I love it. Her spirit is just
her
so.
spirit is good. She can't really say. It's funny how she say music. She say music. It's weird.
That just
but
me.
That's just that her
That
accent.
just me.
But hold on. So Glorilla is in that conversation. Dojay's in that conversation. Nikki still in that conversation, in my opinion. But then you have, your Sexy Reds and your testing 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Do a mic test for me.
Oh, I'm on.
Okay. I guess mine just went off for a second. What was I saying?
I was looking at our time. I'm like, is that 12
Oh yeah,
minutes?
nah, they're 35.
Okay, come on, something ain't right. Because I know we've been talking for more than 12 minutes. Like, I got concerned.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on, am I losing my mind?
Nah, I'm recording the audio here.
Okay.
It comes out better on the computer.
Gotcha. I'm like, Charles.
Damn, what was I saying? Oh, so and then you got your Sexy Reds that I'm not really a fan of because that to me that's like soft rap. Yeah. Like you haven't experienced things and you're just saying a lot of just random things on a song and it works.
Yeah. There's something for everybody. There's a market for it because if there wasn't, she wouldn't be as hot as she is to certain people. Yeah. I can't really sit and listen to her. The only time I can if I'm in the gym and it comes across my playlist. There's certain songs like there's certain like gangster rap, certain turn up, what I call booty music. Like they come on, they just give me a boost. I ain't gonna lie, you know.
I skip. I get what you're saying. I just skip on. It's like nah.
Like in her, like I think the universe allows her grace in my eyes so that I don't skip her because it's always in the middle of me doing a set that her song come on. And I'm like I can't stop my set.
Yeah. See, you braver than me. Because if it's a song that I don't really feel like hearing and I'm doing a curl up, like, all right, put it down. Nope.
I be locked in because part of me lifting weights and everything, because I see people in the gym all the time that they're lifting completely wrong. One of their ego lifting for one. You got way more weight on that. If you can't control your weight in the proper way and lift properly, you got too much weight on there. That means you need to drop some weight and do more reps. Right, so you see a lot of people doing ego. I don't do that. I make sure my weights are controlled because I'm targeting certain muscle groups, and you're not targeting the right muscle groups if you're not lifting correctly. So I don't ever stop in the middle of my set. I'm like, it is what it is.
I think it's an ego boost when you see, and really guys do it most when they grunt really loud. It's just like, okay, guys, all right, Super Saiyan. You don't have to do all that.
Try to get yourself a hemorrhoid. Keep playing.
No. Jeez. And it's just with Sexy Red too. Like, there's a lot of young girls that sing her song. I saw that one video. They were at this. They went to this daycare. These little what looked like 2-year-olds singing Sexy Red, and it's just like nah.
And then like, I'm out of town. I'm like, what? Let me tell you something. When people, and this is the problem I have with the rest of people say, oh, she should be banned. Like, this is not music for kids. It's not music for kids. So why are your kids listening to it?
That is a good point.
Like, where's your accountability? I got nieces. I got an 8-year-old and 1-year-old niece right now. And those just my biological. They don't include all the other babies that are my niece and nephew. Mm-hmm. But those two particularly, they don't know nothing about a Sexy Red. Why would they? I remember when there was so much backlash about Lil Nas X when he was when he openly came out as gay and his music was pushing more of those boundaries and showing who he was. People were up in arms like because they were used to Old Town Road, right? And so now they're like, this is devil worship. This is not for kids. My kids love him. My niece loves him. But you know the only song she knows is Old Town Road. Why would she be sitting and watching a video of him in a jail with naked men? Why? Like, you are responsible for monitoring what your kids consume. Yes. Now, mind you, you ain't gonna always be with your child. They can be out and some other kids show it to them. But if you are keeping certain things with your kids and talking to them about certain things, then they should be able to say, no, my parents wouldn't let me watch this. Mm-hmm. But like, you know, and I grew up in a time where nothing was restricted from what I watched. Now, I didn't go and emulate or imitate those type things that I saw. Yeah. I was smart enough to know not to. Yeah. But like, you know, you can't on the one hand say, oh, this music is not for kids. It's not supposed to be.
Not supposed to be.
Like,
I remember when I was a kid, we watched WWE and we grew up in WWF days and like the X doing the X and then the suck it sign.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, "Hey, don't do this in school."
Sometimes, look, when we go back to because I always go back to this because it's always interesting when like we're colleagues and when we talk about these current events across the board, we're like on equal level, right? But then when we go to talk about back in the day, there is an age gap, so we get to talk about experience. And when I hear him talk about certain things, I'm like, "Oh, you were so innocent." If you thought Triple X, here I am, a young kid, I'm watching Booty Call and all kinds of stuff. I probably should not have been watching, but again, it did not make me want to go and do any of this stuff. But like, and I grew up around a family of cussers and drinkers and smokers and, but sometimes when Kennedy tells his story, it's like, "Oh, you were so innocent if you thought that was bad."
So can I play with you for a minute?
Go ahead, play with me.
And it's on Hulu. I need to see it. But like years ago, I did not know what Freaknik was. I didn't know. So then I did some research, and then my parents like, "All right, let me tell you what this is." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Yeah. So they have this. They have it on Hulu, which I do want to watch because
I think I watched. I watched the documentary. Yeah.
Yeah, was it good?
It was good. During the time of Freaknik, when it ended, I think it ended in 94, 96. Yeah. So I was like 10, 11. So like I remember growing up and people talking about Freaknik and stuff, and I would see people when they've gone and come back with souvenirs, and then we walk around with the graphic tees that say Freaknik and have the girls. Yeah. So I remember all that, but like I don't even think I had been to Atlanta before like 10. Like, not that I recall. Like Augusta, Georgia, yes. Yeah. Some places like that because it's close to my hometown. But yeah, I knew about Freaknik. Not to the extent of the criminal stuff that started happening near the end of it when they like women were being harmed and people fighting and killed. Like I wasn't deep into knowing what that stuff was, but I knew that there was an event going on called Freaknik because people come back with the souvenir shirts and talking about they had fun at spring break, that kind of stuff. Yeah, Freaknik.
Speaking of freak. See what Kanye West's wife was wearing at
the Grammys?
Hey!
Child.
Look, well, here's my 2 cents. Jeez.
Make it 10 cents because it needs to be worth more.
I think this is something for them to go viral with. But in what I saw, she was naked at the Grammys. Of course, a lot of eyes was on her and Kanye West, right? The social media. But I felt that she was just kind of, unfortunately, like either manipulated or like forced to do that by Kanye West. Now, I'm not accusing Kanye West of being a creeper or a manipulator because we got so many like the R. Kellys and the P. Diddy's. We got that. I'm not the one to accuse him of that, but. When I saw that video and she's posing, she looked like this and so scared, and Kanye was like, "Yeah, turn around." Like I kind of felt that vibe.
It's crazy that first of all they found a loophole.
Yeah,
it was like, "Oh, she got clothes on," because technically she has on a fabric.
Yes,
it is translucent, but she has on a fabric. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, if I was to wear that outside right now, let me take a stroll down the street with it on. I'm gonna get hit with indecent exposure. Yes. I'm gonna probably be put on a registry list.
Yes.
Let children be around, and I got that on. So I'm just like, in what world? People keep calling Kanye this genius, and I've seen mixed reviews online about it. They say, "Oh, Kanye's a genius. This is his way of saying this is his reparations by humiliating this white woman and all this kind of stuff like that." And I'm like, baby, there's other ways that you could have gone about if you want to do reparations. Like, but that's the argument. That, and I'm just like, girl, where is your self-esteem? Kanye, where is your mind at? Because ain't no way. I don't care how fashion forward you think you are. I don't care how different you want to be, how much you want to get clout or whatever. If I really love this person,
yes,
there is no way I am going to parade my spouse out on a red carpet dressed like that. Yeah. And if I'm the spouse and my spouse asks me to do that, there is no way I'm going to say, "Yeah, honey, I'll do it." what do you need? Anything. I'll just no. I've seen him in pictures with her where they're walking and he got on shoes and she's barefooted out on the ground. I'm like, girl, blink twice if you need help.
Yes.
At this point, like, or make a statement like, I have a nursing background, and anytime we suspect abuse, you want to make sure you ask them safety questions out of earshot or eyesight of the person that you may think they're abusing. So like you kind of like even now if I'm in someone's home and I'm doing an assessment and I'm with this person and I notice that their significant other or family members hovering, I may say or I'm asking a question and the person is kind of like answering me, but they're looking for is that okay that I answer that way, and I could see that they're visibly something is wrong. Wow. I may say, hey, my throat is a little, do you have any bottled water or anything like that? No, yeah, I'll get you something, and they'll leave. That's my opportunity. Do you feel safe? Do I need to get you any help? Like that's my chance, because I know acting in front of them, they're not gonna say yes, they hurt me. At this point, somebody need to get her by herself and find out if the woman needs help, because you don't lost your rabbit mind parading your wife out there like that. And I'm just like, and then you ask the question of how were y'all even allowed on the red carpet like that? And it goes to, he got money. So part of this is a money thing. Who's gonna tell the billionaire no? When he can just say, oh, you gonna deny me? Hey, find out who he worked for. Oh yeah. Now your livelihood gone. You see what I'm saying? It's all these questions but anybody else, you would be locked up.
Yeah. That's because people are not willing to leave their job, or the people are not willing to lose their job for a powerful man like Kanye West to say, hey, find out who he worked for. He worked for this. Okay, get him fired. And
you know what's ironic about you saying power? Mm. Kanye West literally made a song called Power. And in Power, you hear the line, no one man should have all that power. And we've seen a man with a lot of power doing stuff that men sometimes in powerful places do, that you start to ask, where's your morals and your values? There's no way somebody I love, I would bring them on a red carpet like that.
Nah. I said, baby, I bought you this nice dress. Try it on. See how you like it. You don't like it, we'll go and get you another dress.
I would have been better. I would have felt better if he said, put this trash bag on. And brought her out like that. But to have her out there I'm like, wow.
And it makes me scared for her, because Kanye West did tweet. He said, please remember, I'm only 35 days into the year. So,
and again, that comes across as, I'm seeking attention.
Yeah. It's weird, man. It is the weirdest thing. Like I say, hopefully there's not a whole lot of celebrities that are having their significant others do things like this, because it went viral. Yeah. Of course, we're talking about it. Every radio show, every podcast show is talking about it. So, we're talking about it as well. But that is the craziness that we've experienced for the Grammys.
Oh, no, they got one more. You forgot the biggest one. Queen Bee.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Watch, the Beehive gonna come for me.
Yes, one for, and I say Queen Bee because that's how they call it. I am not part of the Hive, Yeah. But I've got some of her CDs and stuff like that, and have been following her since the Destiny Child day. But she won for Cowboy Carter. Yes. Of course, some of our lighter skinned friends have lost their minds because she won. Yes. There's all this uproar about she's not really country, she shouldn't have won, and them going back and forth about who else was more deserving. Billie Eilish is one of the names they throw out that she should have won, but people are up in uproar because she won, for Cowboy Carter, and it's like, hold on. So back when Macklemore, who's a white guy,
I'm gonna pop some.
Macklemore won in 2014. It was Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. They won for The Heist, right? And they were going up against Drake, Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar, and Kanye West. Yeah. The black community, it was like, what? Okay, because hip hop traditionally was out of our black and brown brothers and sisters that kind of came up and gifted us this thing, right? So it was like, okay, but it wasn't the first time a white man had won rap album of the year, right? So it's like, why y'all so up in arms about Beyonce winning? Because I can tell you right now, Eminem has won multiple times and back to back on some time. In 2010, Eminem won for Relapse. Yeah. Then in 2011, Eminem won for Recovery. Then in 2015, Eminem won the Marshall Mathers LP2. That's good. Right? Then again, Eminem won. Where is it? I just lost it. Hold on. How many did I just count? 3?
I think so. Yeah.
I missed one in 2000 and backing all the way up. 2000, he won for Eminem the Slim Shady LP. Then 2001, Eminem the Marshall Mathers LP. Then we go on to 2003, Eminem, the Eminem Show. Oh, that's a good album too. Then we go on.
Did he win for Curtain Call?
2010, Relapse. Then we keep going, right? 2015, Eminem the Marshall Mathers LP. So 5 times Eminem has won. Like, so y'all up in arms about, she didn't winning at the CMAs. Like, so you got what you wanted over there. So it's like, dang, y'all mad because she won at the Grammys?
I think Beyonce with Cowboy Carter, because I listened to the album. Yeah. She's good. She's good.
I like me personally, I like a few of the songs off there, but for me, it wasn't her best album that I've loved.
Yeah, I mean, my prime favorite album so far from Beyonce, it's a hot topic, but for me, it's Lemonade.
I love Lemonade and I love Beyonce. Mm-hmm. The one that she dropped, like, suddenly, the one, I think that one is the one I had on Partition and all those. She had the visual album, like, with that. Please. Yeah. Roll up the partition, please. Roll up the partition fast.
It's all about, I feel like, the album's great. Cowboy Carter is great, but you gotta look at it from the performance standpoint. Mm-hmm. She's been on tour. She's getting ready for another tour.
She dropped the tour dates.
But the previous tour,
I'm gonna watch it on somebody live.
Yes.
Because baby, I ain't paying no tickets. I'm sorry.
She's done these things and producing and doing movies as well.
But if you want to give me a ticket, I'll take that.
Yes,
go ahead.
We'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take that.
For Mercedes. Because my sisters and my mom, they went to the Beyonce concert in Mercedes-Benz.
Okay.
A year and a half ago when she came. I can't remember what day. But they had a ball. But to see the crowd interact with Beyonce, the mute challenge, like, you got to think of it from the perspective of, the album's great, but are they performing on social media? Are they making the same thing with Kendrick, right? Yeah. With Kendrick's diss track and the A minor part, he want not for it to be a great song, but like it's the attraction from the audiences as well. Mm-hmm. Now, it's not to say that Billie Eilish is not a good artist, because she is, but people talk about Billie Eilish, but not as much as they do Beyonce. Yeah. So it's kind of like a numbers game too. At the Grammys, the CMA, the BET Awards, even the Video Game Awards, it's all about the performance outside the song. And that's what Beyonce does with Cowboy Carter. She did a halftime show. I forgot which, it was the Texans versus somebody.
Yeah, it was recent. It was in December.
Back in December. They did a whole spread for her on Netflix. Mm-hmm. And Netflix is a conglomerate giant of a media film production label, right? So you just got to think about it from that. And I think a lot of people who are hating on Beyonce, they don't know the business aspect behind the music, behind the Grammys, behind your performance. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, it's the same thing last year with Killer Mike. Shout out to Killer Mike. But with his album Michael, he did more than just the music. He went viral. Yeah. He toured. He went around the world. He put his songs for social media and get the reactions, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a whole lot of work behind that. And like I say, it's nothing against Billie Eilish or Sabrina Carpenter, right? Because I like her too. Mm-hmm. But you got to put in a little extra. Yeah. And that's what Beyonce did, in my opinion.
And you know what? And forever, there's a gift now, and it's forever me. When she found out she won it, she go,
oh, yeah. There. Look, another social media performance there, right? It's funny. It's so... Somebody posted on social media, said, when I see both of my boyfriends in the same place at the same time. This other dude did one. He said, Beyonce, don't move, but you got a bee on you. Let me tell you, a lot of my girlfriends do that too. Like when we're out and it's like, oh, watch out, you got some.
Stop. Oh, that meme is hilarious.
Yes.
Oh.
And her eyes, it's the eyes for me. Her eyes got so big.
Look, I'm gonna do one when you put your niece down for a nap and you try to creep out the room and you hear TT. Like, ooh, go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Caught.
I saw one. This is for like delivery drivers. When you're delivering a package and you hear an animal, hear a dog. Like I said,
it was Blue Ivy for me though, because when she was doing that, Blue was like, "Girl, get up."
Now let me tell you, Blue Ivy, she gonna be a star.
You think so?
She gonna be a big star.
She's coming along, like to see her confidence grow.
Yeah, her confidence has grown, and she every time I see her at some sort of event, red carpet, she knows she's Beyonce's daughter because she's just like Beyonce. Like, I know who I am.
Yeah,
and she's like 13. I don't know how old she is. Really,
she's 13.
But like, I'm just like, dang, a little girl. She already know that she's in this fame thing for years now.
Well,
so
and her parents have been preparing her for this.
Yeah.
Now, what the state of the entertainment elite's gonna be coming forward, I don't know. Because like we talked, you kind of hit on Diddy and R. Kelly and stuff earlier, and a lot more people are coming out. I just saw the other day that there's a new lawsuit allegation against Diddy from a male. A gentleman, and it's kind of like, I was using this analogy earlier. You see a roach in somebody's house, you don't automatically think there's only one roach in the entire house. You like, they got roaches, right? So you see one, but you know there's others, and all of a sudden you go to open a drawer or a cabinet, the light hit all the rest of the roaches, and they go scattering. That's what's happening right now in the entertainment business. Like, there's a roach caught here, caught there, and all of a sudden you open the cupboard and like all the other roaches spill out. So
that could be a Beyonce meme there. The roach when the humans see him.
The light, come on.
But like I said, congratulations to Beyonce. Y'all gotta get used to it. Cowboy Carter. One, you gotta get everybody that is our counterparts. Y'all gotta get used to it.
Yeah. Y'all don't know how hard I be trying to laugh and not snort in y'all ear.
You're a snorter?
It catch me off guard sometimes. Like, you get that deep little laugh in the back of your throat. It's like it bubble to the front of my nose, and then I just snort. I'm like, ooh, they don't want to hear that in their ear. But we do want y'all to keep listening, though.
Yes. Yeah, so like I say, congratulations to Queen B and Beyonce. Well, Evelyn, this is going to wrap up this episode.
I think that was a great episode.
That was a great one.
Yeah.
By the way, y'all, if you guys are listening to us now on YouTube or Facebook or my LinkedIn or listening to us on audio platforms, we thank y'all so very much. Please be sure to follow our Instagram. It's WHHW Radio 1. We're no longer posting the full show on Instagram anymore, but we'll be posting clips throughout Instagram as well. We got over 100 followers so far.
I love it. And, these podcasts, we try to keep them 50 minutes, a little over, a little less, so that, when you're traveling, when you're in your car, cut us on, baby. Y'all gonna love to hear my voice. Y'all gonna love to hear Kennedy. Like, come on, take us with you. We want to ride.
Yes.
Like, listen to us.
Listen to
Subscribe.
us.
All that good stuff. And if you got an event going on that, you want us to be on site and podcast live, there's some stuff we're looking forward to doing in the near future. So hit us up, email, and
or DM us on our Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we see it. We see it all.
We be working.
We do. Well, stay tuned next week. Next week is our special Valentine's Day episode. So
you got a Valentine?
I was about to lie on the show. Like, nah.
Who gonna fact check you, boo?
But we'll talk more about Valentine's and more current events for next week's episode. So you just got to stay tuned on all major platforms you get your podcast from. Yeah. Until then, we'll see y'all in the next episode. What happened was Kennedy Lucas and
Evelyn Letitia.
Atlanta, live from K.L.P Studios. Ever wonder what went down behind the scenes of our top stories?
Say what?
Then tune into What Had Happened Was, the only radio station that takes you straight to the source. From coast to coast, tune in now as we dive deep into the stories, the drama, and the moments that shape the culture with
The swanky one, new K.L.P.
and
With your girl, Evelyn Letitia.
live, Swanky 93.3 and the Heat 94.6 radio stations, or wherever you get your podcasts from.